Well, this is game 1 of a best of 3. It's the semi-finals of Antec Attack number 24. It is between AiSeiplo and WhiteRa. I'm SC2 England.
And I'm Pewy Dude.
So Pewy, as our resident Protoss expert,
Yes.
what can we expect from a PvP
Alright.
in 225 words or less?
you better start counting. Alright,
That's
so
already like 6.
yeah. So pretty much this map, it can favor a lot of different things. It has a lot of cliffs and stuff. So blink is pretty potent. You can actually blink or warp in from the third into the main if you have vision as well. So it becomes more potent that way. We might see some War Prism play, like Immortal War Prisms, because there's a lot of dead space around the bases to an extent. And like that's a little funky way. But I don't know, man, PvP, like, it's more just stylistic then. Like, some people just like doing this, and some people just like doing that. So it's kind of hard to say. For example,
some people like doing this, some people like doing that. That was so descriptive, Pewy.
No, I mean, like, you get some players who, in PvP, there's a lot of different styles that are, like, completely legit. Like, you have some players that just, they always go 2-gate robo into, like, an expansion, which always plays out into, like, late game to Colossus play. And then you get some people who always go blink. And that always has a bit of a funky style. And it's just, like, both are completely viable, but it's, like, you'll normally have a player that only does, like, only likes really going, like, one of them. And unless you know the players and their styles, it's kind of hard to predict. But this map is good for a lot of different styles, actually. It's easy to defend. You're natural, in my opinion. Even though it has a large ramp, but, like, with the ramps, you have to have some sort of massive unit or blink to do an attack.
Exactly.
Like we were saying earlier before, in terms of, like, the force fields being
A resource
like
Protoss.
exactly. It's like in PvP, you have to learn your timings. You only attack when you have massive units or something like blink, or I know something like
We do have
Phoenix. Or something
AiSeiplo
like that.
actually with a slightly earlier second gas is the first kind of variation we've got.
Yeah, yeah, and everything is normally always really even in PvP early game. Like their chrono boosts are the same.
That gas was considerably earlier actually, which
I
is
can
now
make a
being shown by just how far ahead AiSeiplo is in gas, which means he may actually try and get out a sentry.
He could. I doubt it though.
Well, it depends what he's trying to do. If he,
Yeah.
it's a one force field wall off on the ram, so
If he does go for a sentry, he's going for
nope,
strictly...
he's going for Stargate. So
Yep.
that is unusual.
I know, we have Stargate robo play, so like Stargate in my opinion is not a good build. Like it's to an extent viable, but you have to play it very, very right. Like there's a few, there's a couple of all-ins off it that you do, or there's an expansion build that you do, and there's a couple variants.
Well, it's going to be
And, like,
3-gate. I reckon we'll probably see Phoenix out of
okay,
it.
this is what we're gonna. This is what Acro done. Oh, it's gonna be Phoenix. Oh, it's definitely Phoenix. Don't worry about that. Acro done a build like this earlier against the VP BenQ player, and you hit it about 7-8 minutes. You pretty much you pump out a lot of gateway units. You have about 4 Phoenix, and the Phoenix grant you the vision, which of course is how you overcome the force fields in PvP as well. And he'll be able to warp into his opponent's base and maybe do some damage that way. And earlier, the player who done it lost quite badly, in my opinion. So
But
let's
then
see
was
what
that just the quality of player?
I don't. Well, it was a high-level GM, and he wasn't GM this season, but he was GM last season. But he only had 2-gate robo, like, and he just had nice force fields and stuff like that. Well, you were watching it when it was the first game I was casting. You joined just a little bit late because you were playing. But we have an Immortal out from WhiteRa, so you know that is a risky opportunity there. And he's actually going for the expansion.
And that's going to make that really difficult to hold in.
Yeah,
depending on when the push comes, if that base is already finished, it could be a big loss.
Yeah.
But it is moving across now, actually. So
yeah, the timing that the guy.
importantly, WhiteRa has the watchtower, so he's going to see this coming. And the Phoenix are waiting back, though. Are they going to avoid the watchtower? Yes, they are. That's big.
They are. That's really big.
Well,
WhiteRa should have seen it though. He does have an observer, and he has his observer selected when that Phoenix flew past, so he should know. He should go back into his. Please don't fight that. You're not. Oh, WhiteRa, yeah. There's the cancel. He's gonna need another pylon or two in his main. There we are. And he does have 2 immortals, which can be a bit of a weak link. So we'll have to be careful. One of them gets picked up.
And
Sentry gets picked up. That's
picked
really
up.
big.
One immortal going down really quick is a big problem.
Yeah.
And well, the second immortal is getting picked up as well. That's going to go down super fast as well by the looks of things. And suddenly this is looking a bit of a problem for WhiteRa.
Yeah, absolutely. And now, to an extent, I would say WhiteRa is dead. I don't see him coming back from this now. The immortal dies, and
So many probes going down as well now. Nope.
WhiteRa's dead.
That was really nice play by AiSeiplo, but I think actually more a mistake by WhiteRa. And that's one of the observers is lagging now.
Why lag when the game's about to end? Like,
I know, bad timing, internet. Come on.
I know.
But no, this is
there's
definitely
nothing
WhiteRa.
WhiteRa can do.
So game 1's going to go to AiSeiplo.
That's actually a really good build.
Yeah, it
I'm gonna-
work really nicely. So
My mate's been like, "Oh, I've got this build."
on to game 2.